Oh yeah, we're back with another banger. And if you haven't saw my previous uploads where I went over the previous 4 episodes, go tap in. Yeah, I was mad late, but hey, you don't want to miss out on 19 minutes of pure hate, you fiend. And I know that 8-month break I took without covering One Piece until recently is crazy, but no longer. I won't be on that Corey Kenshin shit. And if everyone that rock with this video could slide to my previous upload and get it to 77k views, cause my favorite number 7, that'll be greatly appreciated. Now grab your golden Oreos and pink lemonade. Them shits fire. Now with the heat. So Titan Luffy has hold of Kizaru and Kizaru's like, oh wow, you've gotten quite big. Pause. And Luffy lets Kizaru know that he's not handing over Old Man Apple, but that man Kizaru is just trying to do his job. So Kizaru tells Luffy to let him see to his job without any interference, as he's sweating from being in the presence of a god. Nah, I'm good. I'ma do my own thing. So yeah, I'm about to throw you now. Hey, hold on, bro. Let's talk about this. Talk? Nigga, you know I don't do that. Who I look like to you, Naruto? I'm about to hit you with that Air Jordan. Luffy done spun bro until his hand turned to crisp, and he saw Kizaru blasting off like Team Rocket. And as the gang spectates, Nami lets them know that it's time to slide before it's too late. So the gang prepares to leave. Meanwhile, Vega Punk sees that Bonnie's no longer at Labo phase, but instead she's now below it. So Alice lets the gang know that she'll be going down below to take back control of the pacifistas. Otherwise, as soon as the barrier go down, the pacifistas are gonna light shit up with their lasers. Edison's like, hell yeah, gang, there's no higher authority than Vega Punk on this island. But as soon as she was finna take off, Vega Punk said, slow your jet, I'll go with you. Usopp's like, hold on, gang, you're tweaking. You can't do that. This whole shit is about them trying to kill you. But knowing the situation with Bonnie, Vega Punk just can't sit back and do nothing. So Vega Punk starts talking to Frankie through the transponder snell and was like, say gang, yo, nigga, do you hear me? Yeah, what's good, OG? It seems like Bonnie's down there. Nigga, she's alive? Oh man, that's great. Cause I'm telling you, I thought she got boomed. You see, that man Kizaru put up smooth as hell, sliding past her like butter and kicked the sonic rings out of her. And then she slammed into the barrier. And with hearing that, Vega Punk started heating up at Frankie. Kicked? Kicked? Nigga, what you mean kicked? How a grown ass man like you let her get kicked? Damn, OG, relax, my bad shit, I'm sorry. What Looney Tunes shit you got going on, popping out the transponder snell and shit? Look, man, I'm gonna save her. Yeah, nigga, you better. Man, say he lucky he pushed me back in that transponder snell cause I was about to do something vicious to bro. Anyways, I've made up my mind, gang, I'm gonna slide. Meanwhile, Sanji was listening to the whole conversation and naturally bro got heated as well. She got kicked? Oh nah, that's definitely unforgivable. Say OG, if you're gonna rescue Bonnie, then I'm sliding as well. So Jinbei lets Vega Punk know that they picked up his so-called luggage and that he'll be heading towards the rear exit and lets them know that they're all gonna meet up there. Vega Punk's like, I bet, we ain't got time to waste. Meanwhile, Frankie is upset with himself for not being able to protect Bonnie from being kicked by Kizaru. Ow, you're a grown-ass man. How could you let her get kicked? Bro ass pressing me cause I couldn't prevent Bonnie from being kicked. Man, this some bullshit. Like, who the hell bro think I am, Barry Allen? I'm not like my captain who sees light speed as too slow. But damn, only if I could move a little bit faster. But Lilith told Frankie to stop stressing cause it would do him no good. And she tells him to go slide while she handles the rest. So with that, he starts to take off and Lilith's like, by the way, I can't believe Luffy was able to send the formidable Kizaru blasting off like Team Rocket. Oh, that? Like, of course he could. That's light work for bro. Our captain will never be defeated. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Bonnie's hiding in the bushes from the Navy soldiers until she catch them niggas lacking. And as soon as it was her time to strike, she started going crazy, biting a whole squad of Navy soldiers solo dolo. And the choreography in this fight between Bonnie and the Navy soldiers is absolute cinema. And her aging whatever she comes in contact with as she fights is tough as hell. The way she moving, she could be a cold ass dual swordsman. Then one of the Navy soldiers tries to shoot her, but she dodges it and turned on the jets and manipulated the age of the Navy soldiers. And as Bonnie's now in hiding, taking a breather, she hears that the Navy has found Sentomaru who's burnt to crisp. And she thinks about how Sentomaru saved her from hitting the ground and told her to run cause the Navy are coming. And panning on the other side of things, Zoro is looking for Lucci as Lucci's lurking within the bushes. But Zoro ain't stressing cause even if Lucci hides or moves around, Zoro can still smell the abundance of government as Lucci's been kissing. And so Lucci pulled up and they got in the mix. But look at Lucci's face, he's already stressing. Meanwhile, Zoro's still as calm as ever. Bro ain't even got the Dewey equipped, so you know he not taking the fight serious. He's just using Lucci's claws to sharpen his blades for the cost of a fade. Now they in the air with it and that man Lucci struggling to land a single hit. And Zoro decided to get creative and started spinning like a tornado and son Lucci crash into the ground. Meanwhile, Luffy's laughing as he's spectating his right-hand man getting active and was like, Zoro, my dog, you need me to slide with the assist? Nah, I'm good, bro. Just stay focused on packing up Kizaru. That man Zoro locked in, really in the mix. So Lucci's fatigued as hell and Zoro tells Lucci, if this is the best you can do, don't expect a chance to go up against my captain. Lucci's like, you're surely strong enough to be the number 2 of an Emperor of the Sea. Killing you will be rewarding. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Kizaru's holding a pose straight aura forming as he's sun flying. Like literally no one's watching you, gang, calm down. Like you can't make this shit up. Bro be trying to remain clean even off screen. So Kizaru prevents himself from falling into the sea and uses Yasukani's sacred jewel, making multiple clones of himself and whipped out the Amano Murokumo sword. And they all started jumping Luffy, but bro Weave Nation certified. So Luffy started fighting back and we see the outside perspective of the cloud as it has the cartoon effect. And back inside the cloud, Kizaru manages to scratch Luffy's cheek. So Luffy uses Dawn Whip, getting the clones away from him, but Kizaru got the spamming light beams. But light is just too slow for Luffy, so he started dodging them all with no effort whatsoever. And then transformed to Titan Luffy and swatted Kizaru and all his clones like flies. But them niggas are light, so they kept performing after every attack. And they rode up on Luffy, but Luffy blew him away, literally. But Kizaru and his clones caught one another by the leg, and Kizaru launched his clones at Luffy. So Luffy takes off, but little did Kizaru know, Luffy was hitting them with a setup. And as they chase him, Luffy turns around after successfully having them lined up and hit them all with Dawn's stamp. And after packing up the clones, Luffy wonders if he took out the real one as well. But then suddenly Luffy hears a scream followed by an explosion going off in the control room. And as Luffy looks, he sees Kizaru gripping Usopp's face. Meanwhile, Nami and Brooks standing on business. So Kizaru asks Usopp, where is Vega Punk? But like, why are you asking the man whose mouth you have covered? Like, I don't get it. Make it make sense. But suddenly Vega Punk popped out right on cue as him and Alice are heading outside the barrier. Luffy's in shock and Sanji's chasing after Vega Punk and was like, hold on, gang, I told you I was sliding with you. And Sanji is wondering why Vega Punk and Alice are so heated. And Vega Punk's eager to save Bonnie and was like, how could I leave a child like her in the lurch? Sanji's like, a child? So Alice tells Sanji that she permits him to get in and that all he have to do is shove himself anywhere. And as they're on the move, Luffy's like, what are you doing? Stay in the building or you will get killed. Meanwhile, Kizaru fires a laser at Vega Punk in the game. But I can't stress this enough, light speed is just too slow for Luffy. So he pulled up as the beam was near the gang and ate that shit. Meanwhile, Lilith's still in that same spot and she sees that Frankie has turned back with Stella, Alice, and Sanji pulling up right behind him. And quick sidebar, refer to Applehead, Vega Punk, as Stella, depending on which character's POV I'm talking from. You know your boy be getting detailed with it, ain't she? You fiend. So Frankie tells Lilith to use General Frankie to carry the ship and that he'll catch a ride with the gang and meet her there. So Lilith's like, I bet. Meanwhile, Luffy's in the air laughing as light shines out his eyes, really making light work of Kizaru's attack. So Edison partially deactivates the barrier enough for the gang to make their way through it before closing it. And with that, Vega Punk, Alice, Sanji, and Frankie successfully makes it out of Labo phase. But unfortunately, they were spotted by the Navy soldiers, which one of the Navy soldiers reported on the situation and commanded everyone to attack. But Atlas like, oh, I think the fuck not, and she successfully took control of the pacifistas, commanding them to wipe out all Navy soldiers on the island. And yeah, that was One Piece episode 1127 in all its greatness. You already know this episode is absolutely pure hate, a solid 10 out of 10 for me, cause One Piece never miss. Now, with that being said, if you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We moving. Also, I'm taking recommendations, bro, so hit the comments. And more heat on the way.